The number one skill that made me thousands, that made Rue thousands, that everybody that's around us right now, hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last few years. You know, truthfully, I want y'all to understand one thing. What we about to tell y'all is all stuff that we currently do and stuff that we know works. The reason it works is because the skill has been built over years. I want you guys to understand that doing things on your own, where you don't know what you're doing, you have no direction, makes it way harder for you to get to where you think you want to go. Right? And when I say where you think you want to go, it means you want the watch, you want the car, you want the freedom. It doesn't come to those who just sit around and do nothing. It comes to those who have the skills that can obtain those things, right? You want to be a professional athlete, you got to have the skills necessary to be a professional athlete. It's the same exact thing for everything else. So, you know, what's your Instagram?
Get Busy Room, man. Make sure you follow me, tap in. You know, credit specialists help people restore their credit, get access to funding, and then also grow a business as well, man. So sure, what do you feel like is the number one skill that made you thousands?
The skill of sales, bro. Being able to sell, being able to persuade, being able to shift people's mentality. Like, you got to be able to, like, we just bought this ice cream for $9, this little cup of ice cream. And in this situation, it's convenience, and there's also the fact that the presentation is nice. You know what I'm saying? You go in the store, it looks nice. It's hot out here. They understand that they're providing a service in a space that it becomes almost necessary. We thirsty, we want water, there's nothing else to buy here. But when we went in there, the presentation is what sold us. It looks good, it looks like it's a good experience, you feel me? So, just that. But, you know, sales in itself, no matter what you do, like Rue's in the credit space, Rue does funding, Rue does a lot of different shit. No matter what he does, you're either gonna be the one selling or you're gonna be the one buying. Is that simple for me? So I think that service-based businesses, and obviously for us, hard taking is, you know, that's the best way to go, you feel me?
Yeah, and also I'll chip in on that. I feel like sales is so important because, you know, once you learn how to sell and you learn like the actual skill, you master it. It doesn't matter if you're selling something that's $1 or something that's $10,000. It's gonna be the same process, you know, especially once you get good at it. So learning how to sell is important because there's no cap to how much money you can make once you're selling a product. You get behind any product, once you know how to sell it, you'll always make money. And shout out Kai. Kai is one of the people that actually like guided me and kind of like taught me sales about like 4 or 5 years ago. So, you know, I'm doing it now big, and it's because, you know, he put me in position. So appreciate it.
That'd be sure, bro. And I think the big thing too is that this is something that's transferable. Like what Rue started in 5 years ago is not what he's doing now, but the stuff that he learned just from getting started and being in a situation where he had to learn how to sell, it transferred over into his other businesses. It transferred over into anything that you do in life. Even if you had a car dealership, you're trying to negotiate a deal for your car, you gotta know how to sell, you gotta know how to persuade, you gotta know how to make sense to make something make sense to somebody else other than yourself. And that's a skill in itself that we don't learn in school, we don't learn from our families. You have to be able to develop that skill, you know what I'm saying? And the good thing about it is, like I said, it's transferable. I mean, you can use this in any industry. Whether you selling mattresses, you could be selling clothes, whatever it is. If you want to generate income, you have to sell. Doesn't matter. Real estate, there's no easy way to get around. You can't get around, you feel me? You know, it's something that's simple, but most people overcomplicate it because they feel like they don't want to talk to people, they don't want to put themselves out there. I'm gonna be honest, like, if you're not willing to do that, it's just not gonna happen for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just not gonna happen. You think you're gonna get into real estate and sell houses without learning how to sell? Doesn't make any sense. You feel me? So what I wanted to share with y'all was how we built our foundations with sales and then how we transferred it into other things. So we started in multi-level marketing. So if you guys that are looking into different ways to make money, I always recommend getting into something that has to do with sales or commission-based sales so that you can test yourself, but also get around other people that are already doing good, right? Like Duke is over here behind the camera, but he did a few different things before he got into what he's doing now. One of those things was car sales, right? So he had to learn how to go in there and sell in that industry, and he saw success in that space because he had already developed a lot of the skills that he needed. You feel me? So challenge yourself and put yourself in a position to do something that's gonna allow you to generate more income than just saying, okay, I'm gonna work for 10 hours an hour, 50 hours a week, and I already know what I'm gonna get paid when I go to work on Monday. I'd rather be able to go and challenge myself and make a lot more than what I'm gonna make if I'm just working 9 to 5, you feel me? What would you say is the best way, like, for someone to not get just started in sales, but to like really like go all in with it? What do you feel like is the key to it for them to be able to like take it serious? Because I think a lot of people think sales and like, oh, I'm gonna do like a side hustle, I'm gonna do a little something on the side. Like, what's a good example? Like real estate. I think real estate is a good example. People try and get their real estate license and then, oh, I want to just, you know, see what happens. But they don't focus on the fact that they have to get really good at 2 things: sales and marketing. You have to bring in the leads and you have to be able to convey the message and make them want to buy it. So what do you feel like helped you really focusing on the skill set aspect of things?
For me, it was just getting like a taste of like the money. Like, as simple as it sounds, like when I closed my first deal, I didn't do it the best. I was stuttering on the phone. I said things that were incorrect, but when I closed my first deal and I seen the profit in my phone, I realized like how important this skill is and how much money I can make. And I feel like that's what made me kind of improve, because I sold a package with like $235, and I'm like, damn, I just sold somebody $235 and I didn't even keep this $235.
Right.
Like if I really like focus on this skill set, like fuck $235, I could sell something that's $23,000. So that's what it really was for me, like just seeing some type of result. So I would say like the best thing to do is kind of just lock in and take it serious, see how much you can make profit, and then like once you like make that profit, it's like, ah, cool, like I know I can be good at this.
Right.
You know, and that's what it was with me. Like once I made my first, you know, $235 or whatever the case it was, I was like, damn, if I really lock in, who's to know where I could take it? So
right.
just seeing profit.
The main thing I can take from that is treating sales like a craft and not a job, right? Like really making this a part of you, becoming good at it, and willing to go through being willing to go through the trial and error process of it, because nobody gets good at it overnight. We all was not good at sales at one point, and we still have a lot more to go, a lot, you know, more skill to gain and grow. But I think the big part about it is treating it like, you know, like what it is, which is something that can generate you unlimited income. There's no cap to how much you can make with sales at the end of the day. So, you know, I'm gonna give you a few steps that can really help you. And if you go and take these steps into the space, especially right now with social media and just the internet, content creation, and, you know, even TikTok shop, things like that, you know, you can utilize these things. So step one, find a valuable product or valuable offer. So for example, Rue does credit repair. If you see value in that, you know that people need that, you might want to partner with Rue's company and become a salesperson for that company. Make a commission off of every deal that you close. Every person that needs credit repair, you can broker the deal. You be the middleman, you connect the dots, connect the bridge, connect to Rue's company. He's gonna get them the results. You're gonna get a commission. That's simple. Just think, on average, you make $200 a sale, you close 10 in a month, you just made $2,000 extra, right? But you can only do that by working with a company that's actually good, right? That actually has a good offer. You have me, you have Airbnb, you have a lot of different things that you can do, that you can sell, leverage your social media, leverage your own network, leverage your influence, and take that and make money with them, right? Step two is mastering communication and handling objection, right? You gotta be able to hear no and not feel shaken by it. You gotta be able to let somebody tell you no, no problem, and be okay with talking to 100 more people and getting told no 100 more times until you get your first yes, right? So when I say mess,
to chime in on that, like understand, like we had to develop this skill as well. Like don't look at us like we're perfect, like we failed multiple times. You could tell you, like there's times I was at his house on the phone with someone and they're trying to look for their wallet and I'm looking at the wallet on the video call, or they're hanging up in my face. Like it happens, you know. You just got to continue to, you got to know what the end goal is, you got to know, what you're trying to get out of it, you know. Put your head down and continue to work. So,
right, absolutely. And like you said, being in proximity. Right now, you can't see everybody that's here, but doing consistent reps and being okay with even failing in front of the people that, you know, you're friends with or family members, whatever the case is, not worrying about what they're gonna say, bro. At the end of the day, you gotta be consistent with your reps. And I'm not gonna lie, you have to invest into feedback, but feedback from a mentor. Don't take feedback from people who don't have success in what you're trying to do. They don't know what they're talking about. Let me just be honest, right? So find a mentor, someone who's had success in sales, whether they're at the car dealership you're working at, whether they're at the clothing store you're working at. Find the person who's seeing the most results, who's making the most money, and ask the questions about how you can do the same exact thing, and observe them. Don't just ask questions, observe when they're in the act of doing what they do best, which is closing deals, right?
To chime in on that, like when people hear the word mentorship, they feel like you gotta pay someone thousands of dollars, right? There's mentors out there that are free. Like when we first started off and we didn't have much money, we were on YouTube. Some of the best people in their field are on YouTube, sometimes giving free game and things like that. So for me, I didn't have thousands of dollars at first to pay a mentor, but I was on YouTube taking the free information that they were giving. So if you're watching this, don't feel like, I can't start, I don't have any money for a mentor. You don't need money to start. You can go and you can look these people up on YouTube and you can watch some of their videos, take their free knowledge and apply what's being taught.
Right.
And then as you start to profit and close more deals, then you can actually invest into that one-on-one mentorship.
Facts. And you know, we speak about this all the time. Is like, you got to be resourceful, bro. You can't complain about what you don't have. Utilize what you do have. You have YouTube, you have Instagram, you have TikTok, you have all of this stuff. You got books, you got the library. You need to, you know what I'm saying? Go get a library card, go lock it, go read some books, and go learn, you know, the skill from the people who've mastered it. You know what I'm saying? And shift the way that you think. One thing that all of us did early on when we was like 18, 19, is you realize that as long as we think that trading time for money is good, the longer we're gonna be broke, realistically. You feel me? And the reason why is because there's a cap. There's only 24 hours in a day. So even if I make $10,000 an hour, there's still a cap to how much I can generate, right? And that's where you look at the other side of things, which is I have to either be the one doing the selling or I have to be investing. And in order to invest, I need money. So for me to build capital, I need to be in a position where I'm able to sell a product or a service. That's it. That's all it is. It's either products or services. Look at any company you use, any service you use, they're either providing you with a product or a service. It's one of the two. There's nothing else. So you got to keep that in mind and realize that if you avoid learning the high high income skills, you're never gonna be in a position to generate high income. It's that simple, you know? And I think once you get over the fear of rejection and shit like that, you'll be good, you know? Cause I think that's the toughest part. I remember my first time hopping on calls. I did like 20, 30 calls in a row, calling people I know for the company that I was working with. And I got told no by everybody, or I'll think about it, or I don't have the money right now, or, you know, I'll touch back with you on Friday and all these other excuses. But I got told no so many times that there's nothing that somebody can tell us on a phone right now or tell us about something that we haven't already heard. People make excuses and we know exactly, like, they bullshit. But we just laugh at it because it's like, whatever. Because I know that what we do actually helps. Right? I know that our value in our product is there because we've seen it change people's lives. We've seen it help people that came to us, right? So it's no big deal. But lastly, if you lack environment, like Ru said, bro, leverage what you have. YouTube is why we're putting this video out. It doesn't matter if it gets 10 views, 100 views, 200 views. All it takes is for one person to take the information, apply it, change their life forever, and we did our job, feel me? So putting out free stuff to give you advice, guidance based off of what we've learned and take you on a journey as well. You know what I'm saying? So the longer you wait to gather these skills, the harder it's gonna be to change the situation, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So, you know, the moment I changed and my circle, we all changed what we were thinking, what we were consuming, what we were doing, everything else changed. The income changed as well. You know what I'm saying? So I built a community. He has a community. We all have resources for you. So you can follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is gonna be in the description. His Instagram is gonna be in the description as well and on the screen right here. But like I said, you guys have to make a change. And it starts with changing the skills that you have so you can change the outcome of the things that you want. So you change the outcome of your day-to-day so you can gain the things and obtain the things that you want in this life, bro. So it's as simple as that. Sales is the way to do it. Sales is the way to go. And sales will create opportunity for you that you never knew existed. So become a master at it. And I promise you, bro, everything will change. All right, y'all. Good job.